सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. Salutations, Mother Saraswati, giver of boons, fulfiller of desires. Bless me so I can begin my studies successfully, and may there be accomplishments. Respected Vice Chancellor, Tumkur University, Dr. G. Satish Kumar, other distinguished guests gathered here, founder members of GSK Social Labs. Good morning to all of you and wish you a very happy Vijayadashami. At the outset, let me wish the very best for the initiative of GSK Social Labs, which I have the privilege of inaugurating on the auspicious occasion of Dasera. There is an important reason to celebrate Dr. Satish Kumar and his band of brave young women and men today. Let me use an academic analogy to explain why. We are all researchers gathered here. We are familiar with the concept of a research gap. As researchers, we explore all the scholarship in a particular area and seek to identify a research gap so as to make our own original contribution to the scholarship. Similarly, a social practitioner has to explore the society of her time and its needs, then identify the critical gaps and address those gaps through techno-sociological solutions. As I was reading through Dr. GSK's brief, it struck me that this is exactly what you have done. You have identified 3 critical needs, and these are capacity building, information technology, and lifelong learning. Globalization and repeated financial crisis had already brought in a period of unprecedented change and uncertainty, which has been aggravated by the global pandemic. At such a juncture of large-scale disruption, continuous and consistent capacity building is essential to survive and overcome the challenges that the future brings. In an uncertain work environment, where upgrading skills is an imperative, lifelong learning is not a choice but a necessity. Information technology is an important tool, though not the only one, available to us to cope with the demands of continuous learning and capacity building. By bringing in capacity building, lifelong learning, and information technology into one integrated solution, the GSK Social Lab is poised to address a critical social gap which will be of immediate relevance to the future of life and work in our beloved country. I also wish to offer a word of caution. I have spent too long in public service, seen too much human suffering firsthand to put my faith completely in purely technological solutions. So the first thing I would remind you is, behind the app is a reality. It is that reality that you should reach out to. We are seeing devastating floods in Karnataka now. I have managed relief and rescue in similar flood situations earlier. Technology certainly is a great help, but what shines through in such situations is human courage and commitment. So, never forget that your aim is not to have a technically elegant solution, but to go beyond technology to evolve a solution that truly alleviates human suffering and meets human needs. Second, cultivate a sense of personal social responsibility or individual social responsibility, whatever you like to call it. For too long, we have shirked our roles as public servants by assigning social responsibility to governments in the name of public service or corporates in the name of corporate social responsibility. But no, each of us have a personal social responsibility which we should nurture, practice, and disseminate. I would like the GSK Social Lab do just that. Third, and this is particularly important on a day when we celebrate the triumph of good over evil. In our country, our grandparents feed us stories of not just valor but virtue. Our heroes are not only kings and warriors like Rana Pratap and Rajendra Cholan and Pulikesin, but saints like Ramana Maharishi and Basavanna and Mahatmas like Gandhiji. We inspired the world as the home soil of non-violence and satyagraha. Yet we seem to think that ethics is a matter for our private lives, not our public lives as citizens. I see strange anomalies in my profession. Individuals who build temples out of corrupt earnings, who denounce caste but practice gender discrimination, who feed the poor but destroy the environment. This is not hypocrisy. It is a genuine dichotomy in our ideas and our psyches. One contribution that a social lab can make is to align our personal and public ethics so that we may become not just good parents or spouses or siblings, but truly public spirited ethical individuals and citizens who fulfill our dharmic ideal of a Maryada Purushottam, a person of true respect as Lord Rama was and is to so many Indians even today. I would encourage the GSK Social Lab to provide and nurture those aspects of individual development, respect, ethics, inclusiveness, social consciousness that our higher education system has failed to do. I think I have brought you on a long journey in a short time, from information technology to social responsibility to practicing your personal social dharma. Is it too much to handle? Perhaps you did not conceive of all this when you ventured on a social lab. But what use my inaugural address if I don't set seemingly impossible goals for you to reach? And what use your initiative if you don't dream to reach out to the apparently unattainable? As Browning once said, and these are my favorite lines, "Oh, that a man's reach should exceed his grasp, or what is heaven for?" I wish for you and the GSK Social Labs that dream of accomplishment. Thank you all very much.